Sri Bomsrubium Federal Constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity you've given to me for Nigerians to know where I stand on this particular finance bill. Mr. Speaker, I agree and totally agree with the fact that there is need for us to create other sources of revenue to be able to fund and finance probably the deficit that we have in the 2020 budget. I agree with the fact that there is need for tax reforms in this country to be in line with international best practices and with what is obtainable in other climes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, looking at the over 5 legislations that we need to amend, of greatest importance to me, Mr. Speaker, is the company income tax. And the very first amendment proposed in the company income tax, which has to do with the elimination of multiple or double taxation, which has been the bane of growth of businesses in this country. I want to say that is very plausible and commendable, that certain taxes that have been obtained, whether under gains tax or personal income tax or other forms of taxation, should not be taxed again under company income tax. That is one of the fine provision of the proposed amendment that I have seen. Mr. Speaker, another one is the inclusion of the online marketing platform under this tax regime. Quite very fantastic, quite very laudable. But Mr. Speaker, while we are looking at that, we need to balance it with the interest of supporting and promoting startups, innovations by tech-savvy young men and young women who, out of trying to solve the issues of unemployment in Nigeria, are bringing their innovation and creativity to bear in the area of technology. How do we balance the need to tax the online marketing platform and equally to support these tech startups that are growing up as part of incentives? That is what we should think about, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, finally, I want to say that fine, we are supporting, Mr. President, to be able to raise these sources of revenue. But we equally have to balance it with the interests of Nigerians. Are there certain provisions which I believe that at the Committee of the Whole or at the Committee of Finance, these issues are going to be taken into consideration? Are there any provisions here that are going to be incurring or occurring hardship on Nigerians? I believe that that is going to be looked at the committee. But looking at the fine provisions of these bills generally, I think it's something that is worth supporting. But Mr. Speaker, when we raise these funds, we should equally make provisions to make sure that we make things in place to ensure that we plug the loopholes that would have had the leakages, and then we apply these funds for social services like better health care, like issues of funding of education, issues of taking care of our infrastructure, especially the roads. Mr. Speaker, we should equally we should equally tighten the nose around areas that we probably have seen corruption. This is the only way that we would have given back to Nigerians that we are trying to tax from. So on this viewpoint of mine, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask that this bill be given smooth passage. But with a little amendment, sir, or a little addition, sir. Addition. So it would have been nice, because I know that the entirety of all of us here seated have good things that we have seen in these bills that we would have proposed on this floor. And I want to ask the Secretariat, please, and next time, that they should make the bills available to members on time so that we can study it about 48 hours or 72 hours so that we can make in-depth input and then have wider deliberations on such propositions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.